Let's talk. Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm your beautiful host, Young Buffett, and in today's video, I want to talk to you guys. I have a couple questions for you. So, first and foremost, if you've been following along, you know we talk about CLOV a lot. Okay, we talk about CLOV, but then randomly you'll see I talk about crypto, and I talk about different NFT projects. And then I talk about a lot of different things. If you click over on this playlist tab, you can see that I like my own videos, like you should if you haven't already. I talk about crypto. I made a Wall Street stocks versus Wall Street bets meme challenge. This is where I picked and chose different meme stocks, momentum stocks that were subject to short squeezes to kind of help educate and talk about how to properly invest in these things, keeping it small, keeping it safe, keeping it fun, and tracking it day to day. And that's where we found CLOV and we started doing that. I also have this small account challenge where I made a public portfolio and it just keeps going up. And I walk through how to slowly build an account and grow. I have a podcast. I started this alternative investments series as well. I started with like Pokemon cards. It was just fun. I was bored, still trying to discover what kind of videos I wanted to make. Stock market psychology. I'm really passionate about the science behind how people perceive information. So things like marketing, things like psychology, and just philosophy, just understanding how people perceive things is really interesting to me, and tying that all back into the stock market is super interesting. So I started making a couple videos about that. 3 stocks in 3 minutes was another series that I had in mind, where I would talk about my top 3 favorite stocks in 3 minutes or less. I got bored of those, but I can bring that back. I have different tutorials of like frequently asked questions. I also have these Q&A, frequently asked questions videos, and then the YouTube shorts. And I just wanted to walk you guys through that because I'm thinking more and more about the future of this YouTube channel. And we can't just keep making CLOV videos. It's after something like yesterday, right? We got that share offering. Things are going crazy. The stock is going to do its thing. It's going to be, we're going to have slow days. We're going to have fast days. I've seen a lot of comments where people say like some of the other YouTubers that would talk about CLOV daily have stopped making CLOV videos. And I noticed that too. I'm a fan of all of their videos, and it's honestly because it's tough. It's tough to constantly make videos about the same thing over and over and over. And I also see Reddit posts about people, or Reddit comments on some of my posts saying, you just talk about the same thing over and over again. That's true. Because all we really do here is we go through Ape Wisdom and see what people are talking about. We hop over into Swaggy Stocks and see what Wall Street Bets is talking about, because sometimes they pick up on a lot of different momentum plays. Max Payne has been something new we've been looking at, and it's very fascinating. Then we take a look at the dark pool and like short interest stuff, and then we hop into the day and we take a look at what the stock did in the day, and we talk about some options plays and stuff. But I wanted to see if you guys would be interested in expanding this a little bit. What if we start talking about what's coming up this week? For example, did you know that crude oil inventory numbers are coming out tomorrow? And that's very, very important. Did you know that? Do you want me to talk about this? I have a lot of experience when it comes to economics. I have a lot of experience when it comes to news and events that will affect the markets, the overall markets, which in turn affect your portfolios. Do you want me to talk about your portfolios? Do you want me to make or separate one of my portfolios just for YouTube? And we can play along and do what we do over at Finery. For example, I made a play on BABA. Another example would be just the last week, we made about 400, 500% on an options play on Roblox. And even today, Roblox was killing it. We were talking about, should we scale in? Should we not scale in? And we were tracking to see how Roblox is beating Facebook to the metaverse. Did you know about that? Do you want to talk about that? These are all things that I can talk about. These are all things that I can share. These are all things that we do talk about on Finery. So if you want to see it live and in action and not in a video recap, this is the place to be. It's the first link in my description. But I'm just curious. I want to open this up to you guys. Where do you want to see this YouTube channel go? Because I have a lot to offer and I don't want to get stuck in just reviewing the same thing over and over and over again. I can talk about crypto if you guys are into that kind of thing, but I can keep that separate too. I know a lot of people aren't into that. But it got me thinking because I see a lot of comments. I don't want to drag this on too long, but I see a lot of comments saying, I have over 30,000 in this company, in Clove. That's a lot. I'm not diversified at all. Well, that's not good. And I don't know. I feel like I owe it to everyone here. I owe it to, I'm in 12,000 shares at 705 YOLO. You see, like I see those type of comments and I'm thinking to myself, what is that? 12,000 times 705. Okay. That's $84,000. What else could you have done with $84,000? These are the things I'd love to start talking about. The best places to put your money, the best places to grow your money, what to do in different scenarios, what's going to happen this week. There's a lot. There's a lot we can talk about and a lot that I would love to talk about. So please let me know in the comments below where you would like to see this whole thing go. But if you're into the same thing, we'll keep today's video the same, minus that little rant. First, you guys already know. We take a look at 8 Wisdom, covers Wall Street Bets, New, Wall Street Bets Elite, stock market, investing, SPACs, options, day trading, and short squeeze subreddits. Rivian has been absolutely killing it. Do you want me to talk about that? I have a share of Rivian. I just bought it just for fun. I bought it for my wife, actually. $108 a share. And what? It's like 150, 160 now? It's going crazy. So again, that's something I can talk about, the IPO strategies. The S&P 500 has been doing fantastic. Prague had a crazy day. Lucid, Tesla's bounced back. NVIDIA earnings coming up. Do you want me to talk about earnings? Different stocks that are having earnings? I can do that. GameStop, Clove, AMC. Number 7, 8, and 9. Clove has been climbing, and the overall public positive sentiment is about 47%. Not so good. Nearby words include like, SoFi, buy, money, wish, ups, sub, lol, put, down, puts, shit, fucking bag holders, even. So you see, people are getting really, really angry. But maybe that's because some people are very, very over-invested. I talked about it in my last video. I only have 409 shares of this thing. I kept it small, I kept it safe, and I kept it fun. I really don't care if it goes up or down. I'm investing for the long term. And that's another thing I can talk about. Long-term investing, short-term investing, different strategies, playing it both ways. Next up, we take a look at swaggy stocks. Tesla, Rivian, Lucid, NVIDIA, Clove. So Clove is working its way up the Wall Street Bets tickers. The max pain has dropped drastically. It used to be 9, then it became 8, now it's 7.5. I think that's doable. If you don't already know, the max pain is a strike price that the market makers want your stock to be at the end of the week to cause the maximum amount of pain. And this max pain went to 7.5 because a lot of people bought a lot of puts as Clove started to crash, which means they want those puts to expire worthless. So that's why the max pain is going up. So they ideally want Clove to come up a little bit. They want it to come up because a lot of people are betting it'll go down. And that's how the market makers just screw you every single day. Now, this is just crazy. Net short volume, negative 4.4 million. Net short volume in dollars, negative 33.9 million. Lots of shorts coming in. Yesterday, we were taking a look at that number and it was positive and there was no one shorting this thing. But now, after yesterday's news of their stock offering, and we still don't know why they did their stock offering, but now they have a ton of cash and I'm very, very curious to see what they're going to do with it. And there's other stocks also that are doing their stock offerings. We were talking about that in the general chat today. It looks like UWMC also did a stock offering. So really interesting to see how this all plays out. I'm super curious. Today was just a brutal day. It went all the way down to 665 at one point. What is that? Down like 11% or so. And then slowly started to work its way back up. It saw a high of like 716, 717-ish. And then closed the day out just under 7 at 694, down 8.2% today. So again, as always, what I like to do is hop over to the options chain, take a look at what kind of craziness happened over here. Call volume going through the roof, people expecting a bounce back, buy the dip mentality. December calls also, a lot of people pouring into those. I don't know. I would stay away from options. I am staying away from options for this one. If anything, I would sell a put, maybe an in the money put. That's a very directionally bullish position, but I'm just going to let it do its thing. I'm holding my shares. I have time on my side. I'm in no rush. I don't need to squeeze out any money here. We're holding it for the long term and we're covering it day to day. And I'm opening up this YouTube channel to you guys. What do you want to do? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.